Let's say China.
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 China. China. China. China.
There are no storm movers, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
Go over to China.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Trump statement, tweeting out insults to Angela Merkel. What's he doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host.
Yes. Hello, and welcome. I am James Andrews, and you are listening to So This Happened, the only news you need if you really, and I mean really, love Nutella. It's Friday, the 26th of January 2018, and today, in France, there were riots. Now, normally, when there are riots, it's usually about something political or something that's happened that's bad. No, the riots in France today were because there was a massive discount on Nutella, that delicious hazelnut spread. The supermarkets were offering a 70% discount on Nutella, bringing the price all the way down from €4.50 to €1.40. A huge discount by anybody's reckoning, but apparently the police were called to stop a fight that was going on because of this hugely discounted hazelnut spread. One of the police officers said, "They are like animals. A woman had her hair pulled, an elderly lady took a box on her head, another had a bloody hand." And there's a recording of this, and I have to just play this for you because this, ladies and gentlemen, is an actual riot over Nutella. It's spectacular. Yes, what you are listening to is people fighting over it. I believe this is what they mean when they refer to first world problems. We're out of fucking Nutella! Oh my god! Kill everybody! It's amazing. Well done, France. And it is the riot. The riot's still going on. Can we turn the riot off? Okay. Lovely. It's amazing, isn't it, what can happen in a 24-hour period. When we last spoke, Robert Mueller was just carrying on with his investigation and all was well. But today, or well, yesterday actually, it was announced that the president in fact tried to fire Robert Mueller a few months ago. But he was turned down by people in his office. Said, no, we can't do that. That's not going to happen. But apparently Trump did want to fire Mueller. Now, of course, today Donald Trump has come out and said that that is fake news. We sort of saw that one coming, didn't we? Because it seems that if anything is that President Trump doesn't like, it's simply just fake news. Sharks are very intelligent animals. Fake news. That's fucking fake news. They're idiots. I hate them. Idiots. Sharks are idiots. They're idiots. Doesn't matter, does it? It's just science be damned, evidence be damned. If I don't like it, it's fucking fake news. And of course, the big story from today. Donald Trump was in Davos doing a speech. Doing a speech? That doesn't sound right. Giving a speech. He was doing a speech, right? And it was sort of a Donald Trump that we haven't seen much. It was very scripted. He didn't blow up at anybody. He made one jab at the fake news media and got some boos and jeers for that comment. But for the most part, he seemed, well, like he was on a leash, to be honest. And there were a few things that we learnt from the speech today. And the first one was, he believes America is a really good place and that every single person in the world should come to America, as long as you are not from one of the aforementioned shithole countries. But if you're from a fairly prosperous European or Asian country, come on in. It's a great place to do business.
There has never been a better time to hire, to build, to invest, and to grow in the United States. America is roaring back, and now is the time to invest in the future of America. America is the place to do business. So come to America. We have the best colleges and universities in the world, and we have the best workers in the world. Energy is abundant and affordable. There has never been a better time to do business in America.
And he thinks that's great for everyone.
But America first does not mean America alone. When the United States grows, so does the world. American prosperity has created countless jobs all around the globe.
But that comes with a warning.
We cannot have free and open trade if some countries exploit the system at the expense of others. The United States will no longer turn a blind eye to unfair economic practices, including massive intellectual property theft, industrial subsidies, and pervasive state-led economic planning.
And here's that bit when he goes against the media.
As a businessman, I was always treated really well by the press. You know, the numbers speak and things happen, but I've always really had a very good press. And it wasn't until I became a politician that I realized how nasty, how mean, how vicious, and how fake the press can be as the cameras start going off in the back. But
So,
overall,
there's Donald at Davos, sounding very much unlike we've heard him sound in a long time. He seemed to be saying completely the opposite to what he's been saying over the last few months. Today's message was definitely America first, but the caveat to that was, yeah, America first, but we want your business. Come on in. Come in. We need your business. And that is a slightly different Donald Trump to what we've seen. Now, the reception he received at Davos was, if I'm being honest with you, it was quite good. There were a few boos there, but to be honest, we don't know whether they were booing Donald Trump for the fake media comment or whether they were actually booing the fake media. That's sort of unclear. But there was a lot of talk about people walking out of the meeting in protest, etc. And I was having a conversation with someone yesterday about that because they were saying, it'll be great, everyone's going to get up and walk out. And I said, well, they're not. That's a room full of business people. Very rich, very influential business people. They're people just like Donald Trump. They love him. He knew he would get a good reception at Davos. That's why he went. If he knew that people were going to get up and leave, he would have never have been there, ever. His ego would not allow that to happen. So people are all surprised that the reception was quite warm to him. I'm not surprised at all. Of course it was warm. He went to a meeting of billionaires. Right? You don't really need to say anything else. That was it. He knew he would get a great reception, and he did. And, well, it is what it is. We'll see how it plays out in the next few days, because he did say some things today which he hasn't said before, and we'll see how that plays with his base. Now, one thing that is really annoying his base right now is his immigration plan that he announced yesterday and defended today. It's unique in the sense that it has actually united people on the left and people on the right in absolute hatred of this plan. What he wants to do is allow a pathway to citizenship for undocumented migrants, for the dreamers, because he loves the dreamers, man. They can all dream. He's saying that he wants to make it so that 1.8 million dreamers have a pathway to become legal citizens. However, there is a caveat to this. In order for that to happen, this bill also says that $25 billion will be given to build the Mexican border wall. Liberal activists have called this deal a white supremacist ransom note. Now, conservatives have slammed it as simply pathetic. Even Heroin Barbie, or Ann Coulter as her mother calls her, who wrote a book called In Trump We Trust, labelled the plan as a crap deal. The conservative radio host Mark Levin called the plan absolutely pathetic. A Republican Senate candidate, Kelly Ward from the state of Arizona, told ABC News that, I quote, "I respectfully and strongly disagree with the White House framework for immigration that they put out." And even Grandpa Munster, Ted Cruz, Google that because spitting image, Ted Cruz told Bloomberg News, "I do not believe we should be granting a path to citizenship to anybody here illegally." And Donald Trump is touting this as a great concession to the Democrats. But is it really? Because what else does this plan do? Well, first of all, it scraps the diversity visa lottery, gets rid of that completely. Now, if you don't know, what the green card lottery does is it selects people from random, 50,000 people to be exact, from countries around the world that don't necessarily immigrate to America as much as other countries. So that will be completely gone. And so what have the Democrats said about this plan, which is apparently a large concession to them? Well, Dick Durbin said that dreamers should not be held hostage to President Trump's crusade to tear families apart and waste billions of American tax dollars on an ineffective wall. The House Democratic leader, Nancy Pelosi, called it an act of staggering cowardice. So was there anybody that actually reacted positively and liked this plan? Well, yes, of course there were. The Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton said that Mr. Trump's plan was generous and humane. The Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said the proposal indicates what is necessary for the president to sign a bill into law. And then, this one's not actually surprising, but the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, Jellyfish Boy, said that he believed that Donald Trump's ideas will help us ultimately reach a balanced solution. And we really wouldn't expect anything else from Paul Ryan, would we? He's sort of Mr. Sits on the fence. His bollocks must be so sore from straddling that fence for the last year. I mean, they just, they must be up inside him at this point. Fucking hell. So, if he wasn't such a twat, I'd almost feel sorry for him at this point, right? Because Donald Trump basically came up with this plan. He goes, it's great, everyone's going to love it. It's a concession to the Democrats, the Republicans will like it because they get the wall. I'll be the absolute hero. Well, it didn't turn out that way, did it? In fact, everybody, except a few people, hate the plan. And now, because it's Friday, it's Fox News Friday. We go to foxnews.com and we read out the headline of the day. You would think that maybe it was something about the economy or the DACA plan that President Trump just introduced. No. The headline on Fox News right now: new text between Trump-bashing FBI lovers show Clinton never in jeopardy, say lawmakers. This is one of those things that apparently Fox News are the only people who care about this. It's a complete non-issue, isn't it? A few people that work for the FBI sent some text backwards and forwards saying Trump's a fucking lunatic, I hope Clinton wins, and all of a sudden they're saying, oh my god, that means there's a secret society, the government is corrupt, the FBI is corrupt, they were fighting to let Donald Trump not be president, they wanted Clinton, oh my god, this is incredible, this is terrible. No, this was two fucking people who had a relationship, who were sending text messages back and forward, very much like myself and Mrs. Andrews did when Donald Trump was there going, fucking hell, the man's a lunatic, he can't possibly become president, can he? I think probably millions and millions of people were sending very similar text messages. So if you're listening to this and you believe that it might be a conspiracy and, the FBI was working against Donald Trump, they weren't. They just weren't. I mean, do I have evidence of that? Yes, they're the FBI. They weren't, and also Donald Trump is president. So if they were working against him, they did a really shit job, didn't they? So that wouldn't be great for them either. So this is a few text messages between people who had a relationship. Not a big fucking deal. Doesn't matter. And finally, because it's Friday and we always like to end on a good story for Friday, this one comes from Poland, and I absolutely love this story. A cow chose freedom. Yes, this cow ran away from his farm last autumn, and they didn't know where he'd gone, but they found him. He has been living with a herd of over 50 bison in a forest. And the photograph is spectacular because you've got these massive bison and this little tiny brown cow, and he's just sort of standing there going, yeah, fucking bison. I'm a fucking bison. I'm not as hairy as they are, my horns are not as big, but I'm a fucking bison. I just love it. You probably don't love it as much as I do, and maybe if you Google the photograph, the cow and the bison, because it's great. They're all looking at the camera and the bison are sort of going, yeah, we're bison. And the cow's just going, I'm a fucking bison too. I'm a bison. Which actually reminds me of a really silly joke. What did the bison say to his son when he went to school on the first day? Give up? Bye, son. Alright, that's it. Anyway, listen, end of the week. It was a great week, as always, and we'll do this all over again on Monday. I hope everyone has a truly fantastic weekend, and don't forget to subscribe and like the podcast, and if you want to leave a review, that would be spectacular. Every review helps us out. Anyway, good night, have a great weekend, take care, bye.